this isn't a lesson, it's just a walk through some of my favourite moves that I like to do with the yoga wheel. The yoga wheel is something that people often come into the shop and think is very beautiful and they want to touch it and play with it, but their main question is, what do I do with it? And the answer is really anything that you want to do. It's such a great tool just to encourage play, encourage exploration. And there's some pictures on the box, and I don't particularly enjoy myself the moves that are shown on the box, so I thought I would run through some of the moves that I do enjoy using it for. So starting with the absolute most simple, just lying down on my back, either both feet or one foot, just rolling it away, rolling it back in again. Maybe I keep one leg straight or one leg bent, seeing how far up I can bring it, and pushing it away. Easy, right? You can do this anytime, well, almost anytime, mostly when you're at home. You could be watching the telly, you could be listening to music, you could be talking to other people. Just feeling that hip flexor working as you draw leg in and out. And coming up to seating, using the wheel as a little bit of a weight, sitting up nice and tall, bringing it up behind your head. So I try not to go into a big arch of my back here. Try and stay tall, really control that movement. Bringing it up and behind your head. It's amazing how heavy this wheel can quickly start feeling when you're really trying to control that slow motion. You can already feel it working around my middle, my ribs. And I like to take the wheel out to the side. Again, trying to keep my middle as still as possible. Bringing that wheel up. Swapping hands over, making sure I've got a firm grip and bringing it down to the other side. Coming up, trying to avoid the temptation to come into a side bend here. Bringing it side to side, tuning into my breath, finding my gazing point. And that wheel is really starting to feel heavy now. Straddle pose. After my shoulders have worked so hard, bringing my palms up, just resting my forearms on the wheel, trying to sit tall, letting it roll away for a little shoulder stretch, getting my balance right on it. I can really feel that around my sides, the back of my shoulders. Drawing it in and out. Thinking about really reaching away, reaching forward. it up. And maybe I bring my hands down to inside the wheel. Just bring my head to rest on the wheel and focus on inhaling in and down. And then softening on my exhale. And as I use the breath to try and soften more into this wide fold, I can actually feel the progress that I'm making, because I'm feeling that I need to roll the wheel a little further forward as my head comes forward in this fold. So it really gives you some good feedback. Okay, coming up. Coming into a lunge position. Going to use the wheel just as a little bit of support in a runner's lunge. So coming into a lunge and then pushing out with my foot, bringing the wheel back with me as I take a little bow, just an extra bit of support. So unlike the blocks that we often use, we have to pick up and move in and out as we come forward and backwards. Just allowing the wheel to move along with you. Feels much more fluid. And stay in that runner's lunge. Nice straight spine, opening out, using the wheel as a little support as I come into a twist. Coming back. I'm going to shuffle the wheel in, come up, heel toe my foot out, so I'm in a lizard lunge. I'm resting my thigh, my quads on the top of that wheel. Just gives me a bit of extra lift, so I'm not feeling so much of a stretch through my groin, but bringing my hands down, still pressing my feet into the earth, squeezing my knee to my shoulder, shoulder to my knee, gaze is forward and down, and I like to just come up onto my toes and then roll it back, so I'm really massaging it out through my quad. And release that, come down, come back, and just have a little wiggle, see how one leg feels and the other. I'm going to do that all on the other side. So bringing my other foot forward, and if I was going to get really fancy, maybe I'd bring in a bolster here for a bit of extra cushioning under my knee, or a pillow, whatever you fancy. And rolling forward and back, choosing if I want the back toe tucked. A little bow forward, maybe I can come a bit further forward than that. So always just exploring, just finding this playfulness and movement. Coming into that twist. Using everything you've got to make your practice joyful, fun, interesting, something you want to keep coming back to. Come into that lizard position, just rolling that back, positioning my foot, and taking that little massage through my quad. always a temptation to look back, particularly when you've got something pretty rolling underneath your thigh. Bring it out, bring my knee down. I'm going to come onto a little toe squat. Trying to keep that connection between my belly and my thighs as I do this. Pressing up into a forward fold. And coming back down into a toe squat. Maybe I'll change the position of the wheel. See how that feels. Into a fold, taking hold of the wheel. I'm going to bring it all the way up. I'm going to come to the top of my mat and just bending across. This time I do come into a big side stretch. And then to the other side. Swapping the grip on the wheel, bringing it down. Inhaling it up, bringing it behind my head. This time I'm going to lift up through my chest, see how it feels. Coming forward, forward fold. See if you can find that drape over spine, over thighs. And I'm going to step back into my down dog. So this is where you really have to have a good feeling of what you can manage, where you are. Have a little walk out with my dog, feels nice. Rolling forward into my plank. Extra bit of effort. Holding your position here. Rolling it back into down dog. I'm going to think about bringing out my right knee in towards me. Coming forward over my hands, stepping my foot through. Turning my back foot. Sweeping up into a warrior one. Lift of the chest. Bringing this down. Coming into my humble warrior. And I can actually rest my head onto my wheel. Again, it's just a different feeling. Playing around with what feels good. Lifting up, straightening up through that front leg. Placing my hand, coming into my Trikonasana. Breathing into this. So really starting to create a little bit of a flow, just exploring. You can have as much freedom as you want to explore with this. There are no rules. You can come in and out, find things that feel good, rule out things that don't feel so good. Bending through that front knee again. I'm going to come up into my warrior one again. Place it down onto the toes of my back foot. See if I can step back. Find my dog again. Roll it forward into plank. Then back into my dog. I'm going to lift my left foot, but I'm going to turn around so I can see you. Find my warrior one again. Same thing on the other side. Humble warrior. How does it feel like I place my hands down on the inside of the wheel rather than the top of the wheel if I wanted to? Coming up, straightening up, but not locking that front leg. Turning into my Trikonasana. Bending, I'm going to turn and bring both my feet to the edge of the mat. And I really like just a bit of a side lunge, pressing the ground away. Gives me a bit of extra height. Maybe I want to turn my toes up for fan pose, Skandasana. Maybe if I was feeling really fancy, I would sit on it, find my yogi squat. I could stay here, or I could think about, could I find my Skandasana here? Foot out, ooh, rolling it side to side. It's not easy. Just playing around, repositioning my bottom. And there we have it. Some of my favourite moves to play around with the wheel, but remembering it is just something to explore. You do not have to stick to the rules, just feel what feels right for your body, feel what feels safe, and explore. All movement is good movement. Just listen to what your body is asking for. Start wherever you are. Don't push yourself too hard. Just find your own challenges and work with them.